This is Arabesque, an exploration of the music of the Arab world. Hello, I'm Collinet, host of the public radio show Afropop Worldwide. In this segment, we'll learn the elements of Arabic music that make it unique. Because you're an American, you listen to music with a particular ear. There are going to be songs that when you hear them, you just know they are not from around here. Simon Shaheen is an Arab music performer who grew up in the Middle East.
You know, in Arabic music, it's like any music in the world. We have elements that defines this music.
In Europe and the United States, there's a tradition of learning music in school. Maybe someone shows some promise when they are little and their parents take them to teachers and put them in a music academy, and then they study music in college. But while that's our way, it's not the way it's done everywhere in the world. Jamel Laroussi is a musician from Algeria in North Africa. According to him,
I think Arabs are, every Arab is musicians. In Algeria, when I was living there, everyone from my neighbors could play percussion or sing or dance or whatever, but they don't consider themselves a musician. I think in Algeria there is no musicians because they want to be musicians. In Europe or in America there are musicians who want to be musicians because they want to be musicians. And in Algeria or Arabic world they are musicians because they are musicians.
If it seems strange that whole communities of people could be musicians, there are scholars who'll tell you that it's because of the hold that music has over people in the Arab world. Dr. Ali Rassi is one of them. He's a professor at UCLA, what's called an ethnomusicologist. That means he studies the way that people use music in their cultures. Dr. Rassi says that in the Arab world, music has magical powers. He talks, for instance, about the mijwiz, an Egyptian instrument that's like bagpipes. He says that when he was growing up in Lebanon,
when it was played in my village, I saw the local listeners succumb to the instrument's magic spell.
This attraction goes back centuries. He says that in medieval courts in Baghdad, the rulers would react to this music,
including moving their feet, dancing, sobbing, weeping, and tearing their garments.
This attraction, this magical power, has names in the Arab world and in places that used to be part of the Arab world. In Spain, which was ruled by Arabs for 700 years, it's called duende. In Iran, which is a Persian country near the Arab world, it's called hal. And in the Arab world itself, especially in the area around Lebanon, Jordan, and Syria, the word for this magical feeling is Tarab.
I translate it as musical ecstasy.
Tarab is a concept that's so old in this part of the world, it's just accepted, even when it can't be explained. Tariq Al-Nasser is the leader of a Jordanian band called Rum.
I don't know, I cannot explain this, but there is many things in your head then. You will be enjoying too much each detail of the work, musical work. This is the Tarab.
For a better explanation of Tarab, here's another ethnomusicologist, Annelise Thomas, who teaches music at the Jefferson Center, the performing arts center in Roanoke, Virginia.
It means ecstasy, but ecstasy that's brought about through music. So Tarab is the same experience where if you're going to see your favorite musician perform on stage, someone you've been following for years and years, and maybe this is the first time you've seen them play live. So you're in there, you know their songs, you know they're going to play certain songs, but they might throw in a variation that you've never heard before on the recording, and that just makes you go, oh, you know, like that was so good. That's what Tarab is.
And Annelise Thomas says audiences in the Arab world aren't shy about showing it when they love a performer and a piece of music.
With Middle Eastern music, one of the things that's different from Western music is the role of the audience. The audience does not have just a role as a passive listener, as you might see at concerts of the orchestra, for instance, where your job is to sit in your seat quietly. In Arabic music, it's really important for the listeners to show their appreciation of the performer.
Listen to this recording and you'll hear a distinctive element of traditional Arabic music. People in the audience yelling things while the musicians perform. This yelling is not just random. There's a tradition that covers the things that people shout out. Annelise Thomas explains.
They might say, Ya salam, which means, oh, peace. Or they might say, Ya aini, which means, oh, my eye. And the eye is a symbol of beauty. So this is what they say when they hear something beautiful.
And there are other shouts that express even more passion. Ali Rassi, who's a musician as well as a professor, has heard these.
Somebody says, "Are you trying to make us die today?" And then another person said, "What did we do to you to do this?"
There's also a word for the people who do this shouting. They're called Samiha.
People who are musically initiated, they really know the music, but also they know how to listen very carefully. And oftentimes you see the musician looking at where the Samiha are and receiving that energy. And sometimes musicians, if there's no Samiha, they bring their own.
There's less and less of this, of Samiha shouting out these days. But it does still happen. Salma Al-Assal is a popular singer in Egypt and Sudan.
I have a song. Its name is Zula Asal. My name is Salma Asal. So, yeah, people are yelling all the time, Salma Asal, when I sing this song.
If you've ever seen traditional Arab clothing, often it has beautiful embroidered ornamentation. Just like with clothing, Arabic music is known for its embellishment. Often a performer will go through and play a melody plain, note for note, but then play it again, bringing in little ornaments, embellishments, little trills here and there. Simon Shaheen demonstrates.
We use embellishment to decorate the major melody. For example, if I play for you like the theme of Happy Birthday, I'll play it straight forward, and then I'm going to add to it embellishment.
Along with embellishment, there's another element that makes the music of the Arab world distinct from Western classical music. That's something called taksim, or improvisation. Here's Simon Shaheen.
When we play an improvisation, it is creating the melody instantly. It's not composed or prepared music. And this is the beauty of the improvisation of the moment.
As people throughout the world are able to hear and copy each other's musical and cultural styles, there's a chance that a lot of these elements that make music of the Arab world special will start to go away. In fact, Salma Al-Assal says that's happening already.
Time changes. Each period of time has its distinctive characteristics and differs from other periods in many ways. We're in a new millennium. There's the internet. There's SMS instead of mail. This is life and this is how it goes.
Other Arabic performers say this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Amin Raihi is a musician from the North African country of Tunisia.
We are in a world of universalization of things, and everything becomes or sounds the same, tastes the same. So my point is to get influenced by other musics and to bring up also who I am, my identity, into that music.
And even Salma Al-Assal says there's Western music she listens to, if maybe as a guilty pleasure.
I like the things the young people make these days. I want to do like they do. Like they say, the playback. Okay, I'm an old lady. Why do I like this stuff? I like them. I appreciate things when they're good.
Amin Raihi says when it comes to music, you can't judge and say this kind of music, maybe something traditional. This is good and something else is bad.
What are notes after all? You know, it's not defined. It's not something you can touch, you can read.
And Jamel Laroussi agrees that there's no judging, no good and bad. He says when it comes to music, if it's done well, it's all good.
Everybody of us has to do what he loves. And when you do what you love, and when you love what you do, you can only be in harmony with yourself. So this is the best part of the music, being on stage and feeling good and making people feel good because you are feeling good, you know. This is the challenge.
Thanks for listening. I'm Georges Collinet, host of the public radio show Afropop Worldwide for Arts Edge, a program of the Education Department of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts.